Yeah, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Just quickly going to start the recording is already running, so we're all good on that side. So this is basic skills and online exams. What we're going to do today is go a bit faster through the content so we can have the last half an hour for you to basically ask us any questions. I see we've got today as well in the chat, Nick Ramir is actually from the Invigilator team, and he will introduce you to the Invigilator app and also how you find support with the app. So we've got David Harperstad that will take you through the Moodle proctoring, and then we've got Dr. Chetty that will help in the chat and will also welcome you. So Denzel, over to you for a welcome to this evening.
Thanks so much, Richard. A very good afternoon, good evening to each one of you. I'm sure by now you are all anxious, and if you have not yet started your exam, some of you have. And I'm hoping that you are finding it a bit easier to get into the rhythm of examination. I know it's always difficult this part of the year for many of our students to get into that mode of writing examination. And over the past weeks, we've been seeing students that are anxious, that are stressed. And one of the things that we want to do is alleviate that stress by giving you the competencies that you need in terms of navigating the proctoring tools and the online assessments, the platforms. We've created a whole lot of resources for you, and I'm hoping that these resources will not just help you, but alleviate that stress that you have so that you can actually focus more on your subject content and not worry too much about the technical things that you need to worry about in terms of this upcoming examination. With that said, I want to also note that the colleagues that we have with us, including our colleagues from Invigilator app, we're grateful for them for the continuous support to our students and providing that first-hand kind of response on critical questions. We also have Richard Wright and David Apprasad with us as well. And these are colleagues that have been doing this facilitation for years. So they know exactly how to engage with you, where the challenges are, where your areas of difficulty might be, how to actually focus on some of the critical things that you need to focus on so it makes it easier for you to step into your examination. With that said, on behalf of the director for the executive director for the Department of Tuition Support and Facilitation of Learning, Professor Makano, the vice principal of Teaching, Learning, Community Engagement and Student Support, we welcome you to this particular exam training and wish you all the best for the upcoming examination. We know you can do it. We know you can succeed. So please get whatever questions you need out in the to be answered today, and then focus on that actual studying and get this done with. And we wish you all the best with that. Thanks so much, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Chetty. So everybody, we've got quite a lineup. I'm just going to switch on my camera as well just to greet you. So as Denzel mentioned, my name is Richard Wright. We're from ADOVH, and we run quite a few training programs. So as you can see, I'm not an AI yet, so we'll see. So if I see these people having problems with the audio, you can also follow along on YouTube. I'll ask David to share the
All right.
Thanks, David. I think you're going to jump in.
Richard David has dropped off, so I'm going to continue.
Thanks,
yes, yeah, I'm jumping in. Let me continue. All right, guys, so we've got quite a packed session. So I'm just going to share from my side quickly the slides, and then we can start with the session, guys. All right, so the first thing we're going to tackle is opening exam support site. So that's quite important. This is, remember, the place to go when you guys need to get all the information, go and practice the demo or the mock exams to make sure that you are ready for your actual exam. So we will post this in the chat as well. So you'll see here, I've got it. So let me do it as I speak with you guys. So it's on our Adobe platform. So there we go. Please note it might be a little bit slow, so be patient with it. ICT is trying to make it a lot faster for us. as we are experiencing a lot of people accessing the site at the minute. Okay, so let's quickly have a look before I even get to the proctoring tools. The fun of having dual screens. Let me just quickly reshare again. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the ADOV site. So let me quickly just move over a browser. And it's advh.unisa.ac.za, or to make it a bit easier for you, you can simply just click on the link and go straight through. So there we go. So all the courses on this platform, guys, are free. So please don't worry about paying or anything like that. And you can simply just log in with your student details. So for example, myExams is the very top one. So it's easy to see. So if you go click on it, this is the sort of main point or the main site that you want to get to, the course site, so that you can then be able to work through everything you need to know about the exam sessions, guys. So this is really where we want you guys to get to. So the first thing I want to show you is, okay, so getting in here, it will ask you to log in. So you just log in with your My Life details. And then, of course, you can say yes when it asks you if you're a student. If you say no, that basically means you just need to create an account. So that's also very easy to do. But ideally, use your student life, My Life email address, because you already have access and it's the same login as what you would do on my module. So it makes it a bit easier. All right, so once you work through the lessons, please don't skip them. We're giving you guys a little bit of homework to do, very quick little things that you can work through that will just build a nice foundation, exactly how the exams work, where to find those exams, and then, of course, how to identify which proctoring tool you need to use, and then go and practice that proctoring tool. So that's the next thing you would do. So the first thing I want to show you guys is the uploading of the profile picture. Now, this is very important. I've seen quite a number of emails over the last 2 days, students asking me, why can't they do this in myExams? Very simply put, guys, you can only upload your profile picture under UNISA. Okay, so myUNISA, that's the only place you can actually upload your profile pic. Not under myExams, you won't be able to do it. So I can see some guys here have got their profile pics. Very nice, 2 of you ladies. I can see your profile pics. So that's good news. Why is the profile pic needed? Because the Moodle proctoring is actually going to refer to that picture when you guys are writing your exam. So that's kind of why we need it. But remember now, guys, it's only on my modules under myUNISA. Don't worry about myExams. You will not see your profile pic there because you can't add it there anyway. So don't even worry about it. So the nice thing is, as you can see, we give you the steps that you can follow. So if you need to upload your profile pic, it's not a problem. You're simply just going to follow the steps, log into myUNISA, go to your profile. There's a nice little edit button. So immediately you will see there's no picture available. So that's perfectly normal. If you scroll down, you follow it, you add your picture. You can do this on your smartphone, guys. It's not really a problem. And then, of course, you can just go select your file. Make sure it's in portrait, not landscape. If it's in landscape, just quickly do a Google search or an AI search, how to edit your picture to make sure that it is portrait. Click on update, and then immediately you will see your picture over there. I see quite a few guys are struggling with sound. Okay, so that could be your network, or it could well be the problem with Teams itself, although I don't think it could be that. But what I'm going to do is in the chat, guys, hopefully you guys will see it. There is the YouTube link as well. So you can actually just jump over to YouTube, but keep the chat open of Teams so that at least you can still interact with us. So hopefully, Bulele, that will help you there. Okay. Right, so we've also got a video for you. So you can also go watch the video route if you want, how to do your profile pic. So that's very, very important. So that's the first thing you do. Go get your profile pic there. Even if you don't need it, just put it there so you know it's there. All right, then it's out the way for next semester. Maybe then you'll need it. And yes, you can update it if you want, guys, but keep a nice, simple picture, please, especially the ladies. No fancy hairdos and makeup, not necessary, okay? Just a nice, simple pic. If you want to have a little bit of a smile, that's fine. And you're writing the exam, you should be smiling. Right, then the next thing you do is profile pic, easy, do it, done. Next thing, right, what proctoring tool am I going to use? So that's the next big question. Yes, it is on your timetable. Yes, you should have seen it under announcements for each module. If you somehow have missed that, not a problem. Then just pop over to the proctoring tool itself. Okay, so you just go to still under lesson 3. And the nice thing is, guys, you simply just go type in your module. For example, this is ENG 1511, and it's going to use the invigilating app. Okay, then you know this is the one I need to go and practice. Let's see what other ones I can quickly find. Let's see INF. Okay, great. INF, this specific module. Then it says iris proctoring. So then you know that's the one I need to go and practice. Okay, guys, so that's really important. So this tool will just help you quickly guide you to see what proctoring tool do I need to use. If you go check on your exam timetable, it might say to you, as per departmental requirement, something on those lines. That means please go check your tutorial letter, go check your announcements, because you will find it there. In other words, you might have submitted a portfolio, or you might, it's a continuous assessment module, so it works differently to these modules that you might have to do the proctoring. So just go check your My Modules and go see what exactly the lecture telling you there. Right, so that's the quick 2 things, and you please do it tonight so that you are very much comfortable that you know exactly what you need to go and practice. So these first 2 steps, nice and easy. Right, so that's it. So let's move on to the next thing. So updating your profile pic, just remember, guys, only under myUnisa. So make sure it's portrait. That's the only other thing, and you should immediately see it popping up. So that's how quickly you can check. Remember, with proctoring, please go check your exam timetable and also the lectures announcements for each module individually, just to go and check which ones do you need to go practice. Right, before we even get to the proctoring, let's have a quick look at the devices. Now, this is quite important because you're writing your exam, right? And most of you, it might be for the first time. So please take note. Try to have a device that's not older than 5 years. Yes, you can borrow anybody's laptop or device. It's not a problem. But please make sure you do the demo or the mock exam on that device that you're planning to use, guys, because that's important. It'll just make it easier. Make sure it's up to date. So in other words, connected to the internet, make sure you download, go to campus, because remember you get free Wi-Fi there. Download all the updates that you possibly need. Make sure it has internet for the day of the exam. Make sure you got a bit of space, guys. The proctoring tools need a little bit of space, and make sure you've got some space. All those videos and pictures that you might not need anymore, please go delete them or back them up somewhere. Just make sure you've got a little bit of space on your drive, hey? There's a good course on the ADOF site called Mobile Learning Masterclass, so please go check that one out if you want to understand how you can make your device more efficient. There's a nice series there called Device Care. Working with your camera, microphone, and sound, they all need to be working, hey? So that's one you must be able to do. If you've got a desktop or a laptop, that is perfectly okay. Again, you just need to make sure it's Windows 10 and above, so nothing really ancient like Windows 7 or XP. Internet access you will need again, all right? You can download the Office applications from your My Life email account, so that's also fine. Please make sure you're using Edge and Chrome, one of the 2. Ideally, Chrome seems to be the better of the 2. So even on your smartphone, guys, not Samsung internet, make sure you're using Google Chrome itself, okay, if you're going that route. Of course, working camera, webcam, exactly like your phone, microphone, sound, Wi-Fi. Just take note, not the headset versions, guys. Unfortunately, that one you can't use for exam purposes. So yes, so desktop, laptop, you can use them. It's probably the best ones to use because they've got bigger screens, easier to work with. And yes, the presentation is all shared on the course site. So I will share it with you. Sorry, I don't see a name there, I just see a student number. So we will definitely share it as we go along. So yes, there we go, guys. So that's the type of devices that you can then access and use. All right, so let's jump straight into the proctoring tools. Okay, we're not going to do any polls today. So as Richard said, Moodle proctoring I'm going to do, and then we do have the colleagues. Let me quickly check who's in tonight. Is it Yuri? Oh, it's Nick. Nick is here for invigilating app, so he's going to run through that one with you. And then if Richard is back, then he will continue with Iris and show you how to do it. Otherwise, I will continue and show you with that one as well. Okay, so Moodle proctoring, guys, the nice thing with Moodle proctoring is 2 things. It's part of your browser. So all you need to do is make sure your webcam is working. So that's a quick and easy test to do. And it's multiple choice, which means the answer's on your screen. So please just go and select it. Okay, so that makes life a little bit easier. So it's MCQ. It just takes a picture of you. Okay. So once the exam starts, guys, please forget about the camera. Just concentrate on the questions and let it do its thing. You just concentrate on your thing. And of course, please test it out. That's kind of the most important thing that you can do. Where do I test this out? Good question. So let me go back to my browser. The other browser, I've got too many browsers open now. And you'll see it's still packed under lesson number 3. So this is sort of the main engine room of this course, is lesson number 3. So let's go have a look at the proctoring tool. Now, I know you guys are doing this for the first time, so that's perfectly normal. So we're going to explain to you guys the proctoring tool. It's built into the browser. There's nothing you need to download. It's available there. So that's kind of fun. Yay. So guys, please also just note, I saw a couple of emails about Moodle app. Now that's something different. Please do not use the Moodle app. That's a generic app that's provided by Moodle, because remember, Moodle is a learning management system that's worldwide used. It's open source. So that's a different thing altogether. So please don't confuse the two. Moodle app, you don't need it for your studies. Please do not download that app. Moodle proctoring, guys, is web-based. It's in the browser. You just need to activate your camera, and I'm going to show you that now, how that works. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a quiz for you, and we actually show you guys how to do the quiz itself. So we've got a demo. You can go practice it and make sure your device is working. Remember, this demo is not about the questions. It's just about the device. So it's MCQ, so it'll look something like this. So when you get to your exam, this is kind of what you'll be looking at. So when you log into my exam, we're still going to show you that. You'll click on it. It will give you some sort of startup page where it gives you the date, the time, how many questions, all that type of info. And immediately your camera is going to want to activate. And I'm going to show you now how that works. So please make sure you know how to allow it. Okay, if you accidentally block it, go practice to unblock it, because if you block it, you can't write the exam. And please do not put your finger in front of the camera or any weird things like that, because that will also be flagged. So you need to allow it. Then the exam will be saying to you, okay, you can actually begin. You'll begin, and immediately it's going to pop up. So you should see yourself in real time popping up. And this guy's very happy, smiling. But you do need to tick this little block over here, and then you'll see start attempt will become enabled. Then you can begin. Okay, once you start your exam, on the bottom corner, right-hand corner, if you're using a laptop, it will be there, or you might just see it in your phone. It will be a little tab that you'll click on where you can actually see a page. But as I'm saying to you, don't worry about this. Get onto your questions, start answering the questions. If it's got to this point, don't even worry about the camera. Then it should be working, but don't block it, as I said. Again, we've got a video for you guys, so you can go watch it. Okay, once you've gone through this, now comes the next part when you want to go practice it, try it out for yourself. So you're going to click on this little guy. It's going to want you to do a quick self-enroll, which is great. You just click on the button and immediately it'll bring you to this page. Then you're just going to scroll down. You'll see there is a bit of a show more, so there is some links we've given you. But if you prepared the previous page, you should be okay. Uploading your profile picture, you see that's important. It has to be done before your exam. All right, and then you'll see there's an option saying mock exam that you can click on. What will happen is once you click on this page, now it's going to immediately activate. So Moodle is going to say to you, okay, I want to access your camera. Do you want me to allow this? You have to do it, guys, as part of your exam. Just remember, it's only going to work on the exam platform. So it won't want to record you any other thing that you're doing on your personal life. Don't worry about that. It only activates on the exam platform. And immediately then you're going to see cameras in use. There we go. So you can see the little icon there. So it tells me I'm good to go. And you'll see there's the red little circle. What do I need to do next? Simply just go down a little bit. For you guys, it'll be attempt first quiz. In my case, it'll just say preview because I've been doing this 10 billion times. And there we go. So immediately you should see yourself. That's exactly what you want to see. That means your device is working. Everything's good to go, but you just need to make sure you tick this little box to say that it's you doing the exam. Click on start, guys. And then from there, just start answering your questions. All right. Don't even worry about the camera. The page will open, as I said, in the bottom right-hand corner, somewhere over there. There it is. But you must just start focusing on answering the questions there, clicking on next. Also, very importantly, with MCQ questions, you might find there is no back button. In other words, you can only answer the question, move on to the next question, and you can't go back. Okay, that's perfectly normal. That's how it is set up. So please check your announcements from the lecturer, because definitely that's how it's been set up for your exams. They call it sequential, if I remember correctly. So just take note of that. Eh? So you answer your question, move on to the next one. With our demo test, it's very sensitive. So it might say it could not see my camera. Maybe it's because where I'm sitting is not that light, or that's not too bad. But if I move a little bit further away, too close, too far away, then generally it will pop up this. But just ignore it, guys, because as long as the camera is activated, it will do its job. So it just might be where I'm sitting now. It's a little bit dark on one side compared to the other side. It shouldn't be that sensitive though. But there we go. Okay, there we go. So thank you. Now it sees me. It's not a problem. It might just be because my hand's also doing this. It could be confusing it. All right, then you go answer the questions, guys. Don't waste your time. Get done with the questions. The nice thing is, if you do run out of time, the system will automatically close and submit your attempt or your submission. So that's also something that happens with the multiple choice questions. So that's the nice thing. Everything's built in. Answers on the screen. Just please go select the answers over there. So that is Moodle proctoring in a nutshell. So please go and practice it if indeed that's one of the tools that you need to use, because it's, as you can see, it's actually quite a simple one to do. Yes, with your smartphone you can do it. Just get used to where everything is loaded. All right, so now from here, I'm going to hand over to Nick, who's then going to speak to you guys about the next fun one, which is the Invigilating app. So over to you, Nick.
Great, thanks so much, David. Good evening, everybody. Nice to be with you all. Let me just share my screen here. Pop open, there we go. Right, I'm just going to start this from the beginning. So my name is Nick Reamer. I'm from the Invigilator application. And yeah, for your take-home exams at UNISA for the upcoming exam cycle, some of you are going to be using the Invigilator app to write your examinations with as your proctoring tool. So nothing to worry about. We've now been working with UNISA. This is our 6th year. So we're working with a lot of students across South Africa. So it is a product that has been tried and tested, and nothing for you to be overly concerned about. We just want to make sure that you've got all the information you need before your first test. So I think the first bit of information is just, why do we exist? Why are we here as a company? What are we trying to accomplish? And all of you that are putting in all of your hard work to write these tests and get degrees and get jobs, we're just making sure that all of that is done in the right way, and that everyone is writing their tests and examinations under the correct exam conditions, so that we maintain the academic credibility of all of those degrees, diplomas, and exams that you're working so hard to achieve good marks in. This is a solution that's been created here in South Africa. It's been created with a lot of academic insight and experience, and it's not a difficult solution to run. The only thing you need to run our solution is an entry-level smartphone, and you're going to be able to download the Invigilator application from any one of the app stores. So if you have got an Android device, you're going to be going on to Google Play. If you have got a Huawei device, onto App Gallery, and if you've got an Apple device, onto the Apple App Store, you're going to be typing in the Invigilator application, and you are going to follow the installation process just like any other application that you are installing on your phone. So that is how you are going to get the application. Please also note that we do have a PC solution. You are not going to be using the PC solution. So please, if you are a student that is now wanting to download the Invigilator on your computer, please do not do that. You need to use the mobile application solution, please. So make sure you have got a smartphone. Doesn't have to be your own smartphone. It's more than welcome to borrow a smartphone for your upcoming exam, but just make sure that you download the application on a smartphone, please, and not your PC. You can write your exam on a PC. So if you're a student that is planning to type, because you are fortunate enough to have a computer or a laptop, you can go ahead and obviously type your exam on that computer, but you need to run your invigilation on your smartphone. So the rest of the instructions are all going to be around what the solution is doing on your smartphone. So once you've downloaded the app, you've got the Invigilator going, what is the Invigilator app going to do? Well, it's also going to take a photo of you. So just like David was showing you on the Moodle proctoring solution, when you register on our solution for the first time, we are also going to take a nice, clean, clear photo of you, which all your photos will then be used to compare back to. So again, please make sure that you take a nice, clear photo of yourself. This is not something that you can ever change. So please make sure that you are not taking a photo of someone else. We need a photo of you because all of your tests and assessments will be used to compare back to that photo that you take during your registration process. And again, the app is just making sure that the right person is writing the test. Please don't speak during your assessment. The application is monitoring if there's any talking. If you're writing in a noisy environment, your neighbor has got friends over and they're making a noise while you are writing, we understand that these things happen as long as you are not talking about the assessment or someone is assisting you with the assessment, it's not going to be a problem. So if someone innocently comes in by mistake, but it's innocent, it will be flagged, but it will then be passed. All right, so please make sure that everyone knows you are writing a test or exam where you are writing and that no one is communicating with you about the paper or the answers that you are working through. If you're a student that only has one smartphone and you're now worried about running the Invigilator on one phone and having to get your question paper on another phone, it's not a problem. You will be able to access your question paper and access myUnisa through the Invigilator application. And I will take you through that in a little bit more detail shortly, but not to worry, you only need a single device in order to run the Invigilator and access myUnisa if you're a student that only has access to a smartphone to write your assessment. Some exams are going to require you to scan and upload your paper at the end of the assessment through the Invigilator application. Again, the application is going to prompt you to do everything you need to. So it's not confusing. The app is going to tell you and show you exactly what you need to do. At the time your assessment is now finished, the app will prompt you to scan each one of your written pages or your typed pages if it's on a computer, and you will then be able to scan each one of those pages in. It's going to convert to PDF and it's going to then automatically upload to our servers for processing, as well as all of your other invigilation data that's been collected. Please remember, you still need to upload your exam to myUnisa for marking. So our upload doesn't replace the upload that you need to do in order to submit your script for marking. You will have access to that PDF document that you've now scanned on your phone. Once the data has been submitted, you can share that PDF with yourself and you can then submit that same PDF scan to myUnisa for marking. There might be some extra photos that are requested, so please make sure you keep your ID document close to you. Just like when you used to go write exams in venue and we needed to just check it was you with your ID document, etc. Please make sure you have got some form of identification near you when you start your exam, so that when the app prompts you to take a photo of your ID, you can action that then very quickly. Once you are running the Invigilator, please do not use your phone for anything else. We are tracking what's happening in the phone, so please make sure that you are not on a phone call, that you are going onto WhatsApp or internet. You need to leave the app running and open next to you while you are writing your assessment. So stay in the app. Please don't manually lock your phone. The application will just simply sit there and run. It will dim, but it's running and it's doing its thing. It's only going to ask you for checks every now and then. So if it hasn't asked you for anything in the first 30 minutes of your test, that is perfectly normal. It doesn't mean it's not working and you need to now panic. It means it's still running, it's doing its thing, and it might ask you for a photo or two later on into the assessment. These prompts are all randomized. And then lastly, please do not get together in groups to try and help each other with your test. We will pick that up through GPS mapping. If you are writing in a library or a res or accommodation where other students are, as long as you're not copying from anyone or you are breaching exam conduct, it is not going to be a problem. The application is only there to make sure that exam rules are being abided by. So if you're acting ethically, nothing to worry about. If you're trying to beat the system, then there is some things to be worried about, because we will pick those things up. So that is just in a nutshell what the application is going to be doing while you are writing. Now, very quickly, please make sure all of you take down this number. The number is 073 505 8273. It's also on the UNISA site where you access the Invigilator app resources and material. So if you, for whatever reason, miss this now, it's not a problem. I'm going to take you through documents that are now available to you on the site that you can now go and look at post this session. But this is our support number. So we have got a number of people there ready to help and support you with any technical queries, user queries, anything that you're unsure of. You can WhatsApp this number. So please don't try and phone the number. It all runs on written ticketing and written text. So you will simply WhatsApp this number, your issue that you are experiencing. You'll give the information required to the help desk agent, and they will then make sure that you are sorted and that you are ready to then write using the Invigilator application. Again, so just make sure that you've got this number down somewhere, and even if it's during your test, post your test, before your test, when you're registering or signing up, you've got any problem, any question, any query, please make sure. We are not suffering in silence. We are here to help you with whatever you need assistance with. As long as you provide us with the information straight away, we'll be able to then assist you as quickly as possible to make sure that your issue is then sorted. Right, on to some of the other stuff. I'm going to quickly just open up what we call our student user guide. So if you go onto the UNISA site that David was showing you earlier, and you go into the Invigilator app as your proctoring tool, you will then have access to this resource. So this resource is called your Invigilator Student User Guide, and it's basically just a step-by-step guide on how to set up the Invigilator app and how to use the Invigilator app for your upcoming tests and assessments. So I'm going to start straight away with our step one in what we do now. You've seen that you're going to be using the Invigilator app now for some of your tests and assessments that are upcoming. So what do I do? So step one, depending on the device you have, go onto any one of the application stores and you type in the Invigilator. You will then install the Invigilator and you will then follow the sign up and registration process. Again, please just remember, you cannot install this on a PC or laptop. You need to please make sure that you are installing this on your smartphone, because UNISA are making use of the smartphone solution. So none of the codes or any of your exam codes are going to work on the PC solution. They are only designed to work on the mobile app solution. So please make sure you are downloading the app on your mobile application, on your mobile phone. All right. Step two, register on the app. Now, this is very important. You need to make sure that you are entering your UNISA email address and your UNISA student number when signing up for the Invigilator for the first time. If you're a student that's used the Invigilator app before, you're not going to sign up. You are simply going to log in with your existing credentials. If you have forgotten your credentials, you can then select I've forgotten my password, and we will then obviously reset that with you on an email. So please make sure if you're a new student, you are then putting the correct UNISA student number, correct UNISA email address, and confirm all your details. If you are getting a pop-up message that looks like this on the bottom left-hand side of your screen that says this email has not been confirmed, chances are you are entering a personal email address or one of the digits that's wrong in your student number. So please just double check with some form of university communication that you are putting the correct email address and student number in, and that everything else matches correctly. If you're still experiencing an issue and for whatever reason you're struggling to sign up, then please make sure you're popping a WhatsApp through to our support center, as one of our agents can then just help you with your registration process. Very importantly, this is not to be done 2 minutes before your first test or examination. This needs to be done in good time before your first test or exam. So do it tonight, do it tomorrow if your first exam is on Friday. Make sure that you've done, you've installed, you've been through the process at least one day before your first test or examination. And this is just to remove anxiety from yourself. Once you've downloaded the app, you've been through the process, you've done a demo test, which only takes a few minutes, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. You will then know how this application works, and most importantly, you will then know that you are ready for your test. The last thing you want to do is, now you're about to start your exam, you're downloading the app for the first time, and now it's taking time for us to find out what the problem is and you needing to start writing, it's going to create unnecessary pressure. So just make sure that you do it in advance. If you have any issues, you've then got time to reach out to us for support, and we can obviously then support you without there being a massive rush or out there being this massive need to start your exam at the same time. So please make sure again that you're doing this at least a day in advance of your first test or examination. Once you've entered the details in terms of registering your account, we're going to pop you through an email with a PIN. If you don't get the email, you don't have access to the email, there's also the option then to SMS that PIN to you. You can then just click send verification PIN to my mobile number, and you'll pop your mobile number in and we'll send that verification PIN through to you. So this is just to verify your account. Once you've been through this, it's now going to say congratulations and welcome to the Invigilator, and we then do a calibration. Now what this calibration does is essentially we're walking you through what the application is going to request you to do the first time you use it. So we're making sure you know how to take a photo with the app. We're making sure your microphone is working. We're going to run some recordings. We're also going to make sure that you're comfortable on how to use our PDF scanner when it's time to upload your script through the Invigilator application. So essentially this calibration is number one, going to make sure that everything is working properly on the phone that you're choosing to write your exams with or run the Invigilator with. Number two, we're making sure that you are comfortable with what the Invigilator app looks like, how it feels, what it's going to do, the sound notification it makes for certain prompts and requests, and it's going to give you a bit of a feel straight away for how the Invigilator application works. Again, if you've got a problem with your camera, if you've got a problem with your microphone, then we are going to communicate with you on the application to say we've had a problem. If you feel that your phone is fine, you're very welcome then to reach out to our support center, and one of our technical agents will have a look at your device and make sure that everything is then in working order. So you see how these things, it's quick, it's only a few minutes, but it's going to take some time. So that's why just make sure that before your first test, well in advance, you've done these steps so that you can register and be comfortable with the way the application is then working. Once you've done your master file, once you've done your calibration, we are then going to ask you for what we call a master selfie or a master photo. And this is again very similar to what David was showing you there with regards to what Moodle will capture the first time that you register or use the tool. We are going to take a good clear photo of you, and then all of your photos and checks going forward on the Invigilator will be compared back to that image as well. So again, you're going to be writing the exams. Make sure that you are getting a good clear photo of yourself, that it's good lighting, good positioning, because then it's not going to create any false flags to take place during your assessment. Once you've been through that process, the application is now done in terms of the registration. You can now log into the application. This will be the only time you need to log in unless you manually go and actually physically log out. So once you've been through that process, we will keep you logged into the app. You are going to then just be able to scan a code or enter a code every time you need to start your exams or test, and the application will immediately kick off automatically. Right, very importantly, once you have now done this, this is the registration process, you are now going to have a demo test. Now the demo test looks like this. It's a very simple QR code. So on your exams, for your upcoming UNISA exams, you're going to get a QR code that looks like this as well. Each QR code is different, so you can decide on whether you're going to scan the QR code or whether you're going to enter this numeric number, an alphanumeric number below, and it will kick off the Invigilator application per the parameters the university has set up. So once you have done your registration process on the Invigilator, you can go and scan this code, or you can go and enter the numbers and letters there, the 5E, 57C, 6B8, and it will immediately kick off what we call a demo test. Now, all this is a very short version of how your Invigilator app is going to work in your upcoming tests and assessments. So it's only going to take you a few minutes, but you're going to scan this. It's going to show you how the app kicks off and how it starts. It's going to show you what a selfie request looks like. It's going to take you through the flow of how the Invigilator app works. When you are done, you're going to press I'm finished, and it's going to show you how to scan your script in by allowing you to practice and scan certain pages in. So very important that before your first test, you've signed up, you've registered, you've downloaded the Invigilator application, and that you have at least done one demo test. Now, all of this information is available to you on UNISA's site, where you click the Invigilator app there as a resource. You will then be able to pull up the student user guide, which will have all this information, and it will have this demo code available for you. So simple process. You go to the App Store, you type in the Invigilator and download the app. You enter your details, register on the app. Once you've registered on the app and you've set your accounts up, please go and do this demo test at least once, because this will then give you a good feel for how the Invigilator application works before your first test or exam. Very importantly, I'm reminding you constantly, because it's so important, please make sure you're not doing this 5 or 2 minutes before your first test or exam. Do this at least a day in advance so that you go through the process, and then worst case, you have some issue or you've forgotten your student number, we can then resolve that with you in time without creating unnecessary panic or anxiety before your first test. All right, so again, all the information is here in this simple little booklet that you can then access on the UNISA site. And then very importantly and lastly, any issues you have with regards to the Invigilator, questions you have, user issues you have, please make sure you pop a WhatsApp through to 073 505 8273, because the Invigilator team is here to help and assist you and make sure that your exams go smoothly and that you do well. And on that note, I'm going to hand back to you, David. Thank you so much. We're wishing you all the best for your upcoming examinations. Thank you and have a great evening. Thanks, David.
Thank you, Nick. The students, I'm back. Unfortunately, if you're in Cape Town, you will know it's storming today. So I think somehow the power just tripped out. So yes, please, the link in the chat is there for the mock exam. Please go and do this beforehand so you can get a real-time experience. Remember, I see there was one question, if you've got only using one device, remember you can use the built-in browser on the Invigilator app. So please go and test it, use the built-in browser on the Invigilator app so you know exactly how to do it when you do write your exams. So as mentioned on the course, we've got all the information on here. The guide is also available, the presentation that was just demonstrated. And at the end of it, we've got the link to the mock exam. So remember, Invigilator app is take-home type of assessments. And all you need to do is basically afterwards save it to a PDF. You come to the site, you add your submission, and then once done, you close or you finish up on the Invigilator app as well. But I'm going to take you through the steps of how to submit or the process to follow on the day of the exams. Now, just a brief note here. If you're submitting on myExams, always click on the PDF document that's available just to make sure that you have submitted the correct document. Unfortunately, they do get quite a lot of submissions, and it ends up being tutorial letters and all other type of things. And also make sure the PDF is not password restricted. So for everybody using Invigilator app, here are the steps, more or less. Remember, this is where you're going to write it out, either on Word or by hand if you're allowed to. And afterwards, you're going to submit the PDF to myExams, and also use the app to scan either your screen where you typed it or the different pages that you've written. So just a note, say your exam is starting, say, at from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, so it's 2-hour exams. What you would do is 8:45, so that's 15 minutes before it opens. You can actually access myExams. You can download your question paper, you can scroll through it. You can also scan the QR code and activate the Invigilator app. So this is basically your time just to go through the question paper before you start. 8 o'clock, you start writing. There's just one other point here is 50 minutes. So that will be 9:30. You will not be able to activate the app anymore. Then it's seen that you're basically late for the examination. So in this 45-minute period, you have to activate the Invigilator app. Now, so this is with the time where you just focus on writing. You follow the prompts from the Invigilator app. Remember, your phone can just lie next to you while you work on your laptop. or if you're just using one device, remember you can use the built-in browser to access the question paper as well. Then you reach, say, now 11 o'clock. So this means stop writing. Now you just focus on submitting. The Invigilator app will give you 10 minutes to scan all the pages and upload it, all the documents. So within this 10 minutes, you have to start the upload process. Doesn't matter if it fails, because then you can reach out still for support. But as long as it's just 10 minutes, you start the upload process. That means you scanned all your pages. myExams gives you 30 minutes. So after this 10 minutes, you've got 20 minutes left to go to myExams and submit the PDF on there as well. So please make sure that you follow these times. Do not continue writing in this section. You focus on submissions. So yes, that brings us to the Invigilator app. It's one app that sounds overly complicated until you go and actually do the mock exam. You'll see it's actually very easy to use. And that brings me as well to Iris. So if I could just see you with a clap of hands or hands up, is there anyone from CSET, College of Science, Engineering and Technology? So if you're doing computer science, for instance, engineering, all of those type of subjects. So Iris is a bit different. It's from the Invigilator app and the Moodle proctoring. This is only used in the College of Science, Engineering and Technology, and it is used for both take-home and MCQ examinations. So that means it's for the quiz tool and for the assignment submission tool. So this one only runs on a laptop or desktop computer. So you have to use a laptop or desktop. The browser that you can use is either Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, and your computer does require a microphone and a working camera. So this one is a bit, you'll see now, quite different from the other ones, as it tracks basically everything. It tracks where you look, it tracks, it records your sound, it records your screen. So you need to make sure that you've got all of that in place. I'm just quickly going to stop sharing here so I can just get my screen ready for the demo. Running. Okay, let me share this again. So with this one on the myExams site, we are then still in Unit 3, but this is now the iris invigilation. So this one, as we mentioned, it's also very easy to get started with. Just note that you need a laptop or a desktop and make sure that it can run the software optimally. It does use quite a bit of resources. So I always prefer that to go here to the official iris website, as it gives you quite a good guide, and you know it's always then the latest guides for downloading. And what I also really like about it is they've got a lot of, how can I say, information on here. So if you wonder what operating system, so you need at least Windows 10, you need at least 8 gigs of RAM, you need about 200 megabytes of hard drive space, and as mentioned, you need Google Chrome Edge as well. And that's on top of the microphone and the camera that you need. So if you want to install it, you can select the browser that you will be using. So I'm using Microsoft Edge, so I'll click on Microsoft Edge. And then the first time when you come here, you can add the app to your device. So instead of remove, it will say add. But as you can see, it's quite easy to remove as well. If I go to this app, my extensions, this is the puzzle icon in your browser, extensions. If I click on this drop down, I can actually remove it from here as well. So as it's already installed, the extension will be running. And that's basically the main thing that you need to do to get the app running, is just install the extension. And then when you start your assessment, there's a few steps that you need to go through. So let me go back to Iris. So if I scroll back down, you'll notice there's a mock exam for this as well. And as mentioned, this one works for take-home and quizzes. So there's actually two types of I'm going to say mock exams on here. So if you're going to do just quizzes, MCQs, you do this one. If you're going to do file upload as well, do the file upload. Just a note with the MCQ assessments, they will ask for a password. The password is filled in automatically by the IRIS application. You will not get the password. It will fill it in. So please don't do the mock exam so you can make sure everything is working. So if I go here for the upload as a demo, you'll notice here it popped up automatically. Now, first you need to agree to the terms and conditions. So I'll tick this box over here. Now you'll notice I don't need to consent for data sharing. So depending on your preferences, you do not need to click the box at the bottom. As long as the top one is selected, you'll see it will turn from gray to blue. And now I can go into it. So first you need to select your camera. So that's the correct one selected. Also very important to note, you may only use one screen. If you've got a dual monitor setup, if you come here, you'll get a red message to say you can't continue, you must switch off one of the monitors. So what you do is just pull it out and then close this and refresh the page and it will pop back up so that you can continue with the process. So the microphone, you'll also have to select. So even though your device will only have one, you will still need to select it. Once the microphone is selected, you can see we've got the sound bar here next to us. So you'll need to insert your full name, your student number, preferably without spaces or dashes. We'll have to capture a photo of your ID. Now, remember, this is the same with the Invigilator app where you have to have identification. This can be a driver's license, passport, or anything like that as well. Or even if you've got a UNISA access card, you can use that as well. So that's what I will use on this one. I'll click next. And then I can start scanning the room. So what you do at this point is you actually rotate your laptop from side to side. So I'll just do it a little bit. But you want to capture the whole room. So you can either move your webcam or you rotate your laptop. Now, this is the last step before you can start, and this is where you have to share your screen. So very importantly, there's a message that will pop up to remind you about this, because this is the place where most people get stuck. But let me show you. So when you click on share screen, you'll notice I can't click on share. Even though I only allowed one monitor, you still have to select it. So I have to click on it and then click share. This is just the way the browsers has been set up. So next, so I'm then done with all my setup, and now I can start the assessment. So at this stage,
The recording has started.
it will say that the recording has started. It will give you a countdown timer as well. You'll notice it even tracks your eye movements, all of that in the back end as well. So from here, you basically go to your question paper, you open up your question paper, and you answer the questions. So at this point, I might open up Microsoft Word to type out this question over here. Now, when you do the mock exams, try and do it as real as possible. So actually download the question paper, make a Word document, upload that Word document as a PDF at the end. So I'm just quickly going to remove this submission that I've got here. So once you're done, remember Iris can be minimized, can run on the background, so you can really use your computer, the same device, to answer all the questions. So once you're ready, what you will do, you come back here and select Add Submission. So say I've still got some time, or remember, if it's the cutoff time, say 11 o'clock when you have to submit, you have to come and do your submission. So add a submission, same as what you did with your assignments. Acknowledge that it's your own work. See what's the maximum file size that you can upload and how many files you can upload. In this case, we can only upload PDFs, so you'll save your Word document as a PDF, and then you can come and add a file. Remember, if you do navigate away to any of these other options, the one that where you want to be is upload a file. Then you can just choose the file from your device. Once there, we can upload the file. And now I've ticked the box to upload it, and I save the changes. So exactly like you would do with an assignment. Once it's submitted, you will also make sure that it's the correct file that was uploaded. So the link that it displays, just click on it to make sure that it is the correct file that you uploaded. You'll notice here, Iris will still pop up now again in the background just to say it's running. So while this is submitting, I can then click on Iris again. So now I can see I still have some time left. I just want to show it. So it's successfully submitted on this end. So I can use this link to verify. And then I can come back here and now I can say finish recording. So once I click on this, it actually brings up this red block. So I'll have to drag this all the way over before I can click yes. So this is just to ensure you don't accidentally click on the yes button. So once dragged over, click on yes.
The recording has stopped.
And now we'll start with the upload process. So it's quite a few things that we'll upload, all the audio, the video, the desktop files, we captured along the way as well. But once you get this red green tick, you will also get an email to verify that everything has been submitted successfully. At this point, now I can close Iris and I can close the myExams as well, as I'm done with that aspect of it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put my screen here back. So as you can see, Iris is very easy to use, but do go and practice it, set it up beforehand. Make sure that you know that everything is working, that your camera is working, your microphone. So please don't wait until the last minute before you do that. So let me just get back here, Teams. Okay, let me share. So Iris, remember, only CSET, only runs on a laptop on a desktop, and it is Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. Your computer do require a microphone and working camera. So that's, remember, just if we summarize this, Moodle proctoring, only used for MCQ. That's the quiz type of assessments. Invigilator app, just for take-home exams. And then Iris Invigilation is used for both. But you will always use the, how can I say, that lookup tool just to make sure that you are using the correct one. So just also to highlight, how do you access the exams? So remember, exams do not occur on my modules. It will actually, you need to go and visit the myExams website. So to access this, very easy. You access my UNISA, you don't sign into my modules, you click on the myExams button, and then on the page that displays, you select the date and then your module. This will open up your college's instance for the exams. So let's just quickly have a look how this works. So if I visit my modules or my UNISA, you'll notice I don't need to log in. I just go here to myExams under important links. They have updated this a bit, so it now displays today's date and then 6 days in advance. So it's basically a whole week's of examinations. So remember, you can only come and view yours if it's within the next 6 or 7 days. So here you will still select the date, so say the 23rd, and then from here you will scroll down and then select the module that you will be writing. So for instance, I can click on this IRM and do this before your exams as well, at least 5 or 6 days before your exams. Come and log in, make sure you can log in, because it will ask you for your password and all of that again. So if you have any problems with your account, you can have time to resolve it. So once logged into the myExams portal, you'll notice it doesn't say my modules, it's my exams. It will also not display your profile picture. Very important. Just remember that it must be on my modules, not on my exams. You won't even be able to upload a picture on this side. So from the top drop down, it will list all the modules you've got exam access to. And you can actually go visit those sites, although you won't be able to access the assessment, obviously, but you can make sure all the correct modules are loaded and that you can access them. And do this, as I mentioned, at least 6 to 7 days before your assessment. So go test this out. Make sure you can sign in. This is basically how your exam page will look. It will list your module, and you can click on the assessment, once it's open. So it will give a message that once it's open. Remember, if you're on the page 15 minutes before the start time, just refresh the page, and then it will display that you can access that particular assessment. And just a final note, remember there are a few different assessment types. So, for instance, MCQ exams, this uses the quiz activity, the same as your assignments. The take-home exams uses the assignments activity. For my exams, the exam works exactly the same. But then we've got a few different ones that's module arrangements. So these ones you will submit generally on my modules. You will not do this on my exams. These are things like continuous assessment portfolios, and only your academic can advise when you submit it. Generally, they place it as an announcement or also sending it to your My Life email address. So if you're doing your portfolio, if you are still unsure when and where you should submit, just ask your lecturer for the exact steps, because it will happen on the module site. So that basically brings us to the end. I just want to quickly highlight one last thing just before we jump into the support areas. Is on the myExams portal. If we open it up again, if I just go back here to my exams, you'll notice here's the exam contact details. Very important. This is the contact when you have any problems. So make use of all the numbers here for your specific college. Save these numbers if anything goes wrong. These are the lines that's being manned by everybody to ensure they can give you help as quickly as possible. Now, obviously, there's also the general, I could say, toll-free number. Make use of it. Remember, when you select the option, it's number 4 for exams. So I know you're in a haste and you can't wait until they say number 4 is for my exams. But remember, if you select any of the other ones, that will not have the same priority as the my exams one. So you will get a response or you go through a lot quicker, because all the people are focusing on the my exams option on the exam days. So just keep these numbers also safe so you do have them available. So with that, we're going to open up for questions and answers. We still have about 50 minutes. So if you have any questions, just please raise your hand. We can unmute your microphone, and then you can tell us exactly what area we can perhaps support you with, or one area that you need some additional information for. I am also going to do, while we're waiting, just a post-course assessment. So remember, at the beginning, we posted the pre-course assessment. So if you completed that one, please complete the post-course assessment, because this will really guide us, in areas we need additional help with in the future. I'm going to copy that in the chat. And then I'm also going to copy in the evaluation form. Please complete this as well, as we use this to structure our future workshops and see what areas we can improve as well. Just want to see here, earlier you mentioned that on the MQS exams, there is no back button. How do we make corrections? Alice, no, yes, very correct. There is no back button. So answer the question before you continue. It's one of the measures that they put in place, you know, to also make sure that you go through all the questions, but also that there's no academic dishonesty. So answer each question, make sure it's the correct one, then you continue to the next one. Remember as well, the questions are randomized. So if you're on a WhatsApp group, somebody says there, oh, I've got this one for number 10. Remember, they've got a different question because everything is randomized. So Daniel, I see your hand is up. So I'm just going to allow your microphone. Allow microphones. So you should be able now to unmute and you can just ask us your question.
Hi, how are you?
No, good.
Hello. I'm good.
Hi,
So
yes.
on the Invigilator app, ne? Do I have to, if I'm writing with my laptop, do I have to scan my screen as my script?
Yes. So what you do is basically say this is your Word document that's open here. You basically take a picture of this page because remember the scanning is basically taking pictures. So you scroll down and then you take a picture of the next one until you capture all the content that's on the that you have typed out. So, but that's exactly what you do is you basically scan the screen for the upload for the Invigilator app. But then your Word document, you just save, you log into myExams and you submit it from there. I see there's a question.
Okay.
You got it?
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
So test it out, go do the mock exam, you know, take a Word document, scan it in, so you know exactly how it will look like if, work on the day of the exams.
Yeah, I will try this.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yes, there's a question as well. Remember, you can't log in on the exams page itself. So if we just go here back to my UNISA, so you click on my exams, it will not show you a login screen. You need to select the date first and then select your module. Now also, please don't go do it with a random module that you have because each college has a different instance. So you can actually see it in the URL here before my exams. So this is the College of Agriculture, Environmental Sciences, where if we do one, for instance, IRIS, that will be CSEC. So just make sure that you select the correct date and then the correct module. And this will take you to the login screen for your specific college. So they set it up that way so that they know the service can handle all the submissions at one time. There's no Moodle app for Agnes. So please delete the Moodle app from your phone. UNISA does not support the Moodle app. Remember, we're using Moodle proctoring, not the Moodle app. So for Moodle proctoring, you don't need to install anything. You basically go into your browser or even the myUNISA app, or you'll have to do it within your browser to access myExams. You log in. Let me please show you here on the mock exam, Moodle proctoring. So you go here. Basically, once let me take you to the mock exam. So there's you don't need to install anything. It just uses the camera on your device. So if it's on your mobile phone, it will use your phone's camera. If you're doing it on your laptop, it will use your laptop's camera. Just make sure that you use the correct one. So once you access your exam, it will have a pop-up to ask if you want to allow your camera. Remember, you do need to select allow camera. I've done it before, but you can see here the icon shows that it's now being recorded. So once you go and you select the quiz, you can actually then have to agree, and then you can start the attempt. So there's nothing to install. everything just works with your built-in camera. So please, if you're using the Moodle app, please delete it from your phone. UNISA only uses the myUNISA app for everything. And then for myExams, you will need to access it in your browser. So make sure that you know exactly how to get it, in your Chrome or Microsoft Edge browser. So this is all you need to do. It works like a normal quiz, as we mentioned. So please don't go install additional apps.
Richard, one thing from my side.
Yes.
All right, great. I just want to quickly share my screen for the students. Just remember, guys, when you're writing your exam, right? So you go to myExams, just like Richard has showed you. You can see the dates. You can see the date or the module code and which type of proctoring tool it's using. So that's also a nice way just to double check that you're prepared for the right one. But before the exam or during the exam or just after the exam, there is an exam link with contact details. So don't email me or Richard because we're not going to be able to help you guys. We only do the mock exams and the pre-training for the exam. So if you have any issues before, during, or after the exam, please use this link that you find under myExams right on top. You'll click on it. You'll see the information. It's very similar to the other page, but you'll see there is a mailbox specifically for proctoring inquiries, and for each of the colleges, they've got their own mailboxes there as well with live coordinators support. So that is the ideal and preferred way to go about it. If indeed you have any technical issues or any problems with the exam, this is the way to go about it, guys. Just to remind you guys, don't contact Richard or myself or Adolf during the actual exam because we are not there for that purpose, unfortunately. So I just thought we must share this with everyone. Richard, back to you.
Thank you, David. So remember, if you have a question, just raise your hand. We can unmute for you as well.
Well, if they're not asking us questions or raising their hands, maybe we should ask them then questions, Richard. Just remember, where are you going to upload your profile pic? Please use the chat. Let me know. I hope you guys remember what I told you.
You upload your profile picture on myExams or myModules. Let's see if everybody can get it. Okay, so for you, I'm going to allow your microphone. Yes, so for you can go ahead. You can just unmute from your side. Veronica. Okay, well, we wait for you to unmute. Let me just look at the chat. myModules, yay. Okay, you have it correct. So remember, it will not display on myExams. Our colleague actually said earlier that she also logged into myExams, didn't see a profile picture, got worried, only to realize later that we've been repeating it quite a lot, that it will only be on myModules.
Yeah, yes, see, even UNISA staff forget. We won't mention Indiwe's name, but yes. Hopefully she's still with us.
My question is that if I'm writing an exam and my WhatsApp app, I have a WhatsApp on my laptop, so the message pops in on my laptop while I'm writing, will I be penalized?
Okay, so what you generally can do is if you got WhatsApp and things like that on your laptop, if you click here at the bottom right, you'll see here I've got a little bell saying snoozing, but at the notifications at the top, you'll notice you can actually click it and you won't get those pop-ups. Do not disturb is on. So if you got WhatsApp and all those things installed, you just click on the date at the bottom left, and then you switch off on this do not disturb button. Then you won't get any pop-ups from WhatsApps. So you won't generally get penalized for WhatsApps, but you never know what are people gonna send you. Maybe they one student, you're on a group and suddenly he wants help or things like that. And that can be then seen as misconduct. But remember, that's you only need to really worry about that as well if you're using the iris invigilation. Remember, the Invigilator app does not record your screen during the examinations, but it's still best practice, even on your phone, to put on Do Not Disturb while you are writing.
Richard, I think we. Oh yeah, I hope that answered the question.
Were you? Did you get that? So yes.
So I want to penalize.
So, no, you won't be
No.
penalized if you switch it off.
Or if it's off, but if it's on, I will be penalized.
Yes, so what you can also do if you're using, for instance, the Invigilator app, is you can actually put your phone into flight mode. As soon as you scan the QR code and it starts, you put it in flight mode. And then just before you upload, you just take it off flight mode, and then you can do all the uploads on your phone as well. So the best is just to go check on your device where is the Do Not Disturb or the flight mode, and then you won't be penalized at all.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. And then oh yes, David.
Yeah, sorry, Richard. Just one thing. There was a one question we actually missed in the chat. Just to clarify, 15 minutes before my actual exam time, am I able to download the exam questions while scanning the code?
Yes, you can do that.
Yes, you can. There we go. Thanks for the question.
For those that perhaps still did venue-based exams in the past, so usually about the exams, you had to be seated 50 minutes before the exams. 15 minutes before the exams, they hand out the question papers, and you're actually allowed to scan through the question papers. So you can just get a look and feel of what's coming, and then, but you can only start writing at the starting time. So it works exactly the same. You get 15 minutes where you can download the question paper, browse for it, get ready, start the Invigilator app, and then you start writing. And then remember as well, if you do get, how can I say, flagged, a lot of people get worried, oh, maybe I'll get flagged. Somebody walked in offering me coffee while I'm doing the Invigilator app, or, the kids came in, shouting. Don't worry. Even if it does get flagged, somebody will actually still, a physical person will have to go listen to this, the audio, to see if any academic misconduct took place. So just listen for that bit of sound that was recorded. So don't worry if somebody walks in offering coffee, or if you want to go to the bathroom quickly, you run out and back. That's all been, how can I say, questions that we frequently get, and you don't need to worry about it. But as long as with the Invigilator app, the maximum time you can spend outside of the app, so maybe, your phone crashes or the battery dies and you have to restart it, just remember it's 10 minutes. So please just access it as quick as possible again. Okay, Paranani, you can go ahead. Let me just allow your microphone. Paranani, there you go.
Evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to please ask about the Invigilator app on my phone during the exam, because I'm a first year student. I'm confused about if I have my laptop and I'm writing my exam on it. When I place my phone, in which direction should it be facing? Because I feel like if I'm gonna be facing my laptop, I don't know like in which direction to place my phone so that like it can see me.
No, don't worry. So it doesn't take video of you at all. It only records sound. So it doesn't matter how you place it. You just place it close to you so that you can hear the notifications. So you'll get a notification that it says, okay, you need to take a picture of your ID document, or the next one is a picture of your workspace. So that's all the little pings that come through and you respond to it. But you can actually just put the device phone next to you. It will go into lock mode, for instance, but as long as it's the main app running. So it doesn't take any video while you are writing.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Well, Luani, you can go ahead. Let me unmute your microphone.
Good evening. I just want to know, we are, for instance, for one of our subjects, we're going to write 2 essays. So when you get into the essay and you're thinking and everything, you might perhaps miss the notification from the app, the Invigilator app. How long do we have to react if they tell us to do something, and will they send more than one prompt?
So they do say more than one. I think they say 2. But if you miss more than 2 prompts during your session, then you also get flagged. But don't worry too much about it. It will still get investigated. But if you go use the app, the ping that it makes is quite loud and irritating. So hopefully it won't. How can I say? You will notice it.
Yeah.
And
okay, no, thank you.
How long do you write the essays? This is also about 2 or 3
3
hours.
hours.
3 hours.
3 hours
okay,
for
so
2 essays. So, you know, and it's philosophy. So we have to, you're focused and thinking, and I was just afraid I would miss something and then I'll get into trouble because of that.
Let me quickly see, do you have the module code? Are you sure you're using the Invigilator app?
Yes. They actually told us last night, yes. It is the Invigilator app for this.
Yeah, very strange philosophy, because you do have to think quite deep.
Yes.
Yep. Please do the demo. It will help.
Sorry?
It'll really show you. Please do the demo. It will really show you how the whole process works, the pinging, the taking the pictures. It's only about 8 minutes, guys. So the demo really will just set the tone and you'll see, okay, this is how it rolls, and from there you should be fine.
Okay, thank you. Can I just ask another question? Will it time out? Apps usually time out after a while. Will it time out, or will it be, because last night the lecturer in our meeting also said it will time out. So will it time out like normal apps and then we must log in again, or will it be active the whole 3 hours?
No,
because I'm afraid of that also, that I have to, you know, be cognizant of checking in all the time if it's still on.
No. So I think what I mean by that is, so you remember, you start the app and you basically put your phone down until it gives you a message that you must open it up to take a picture. Where it times out is, say you have to submit at 11 o'clock, then it will give you a pretty loud ping to say, okay, your time is now off or done, and that you must start the scanning process. So in that term, it does time out. You have only until that writing or submission time, give you a message, and you must start the upload process within 10 minutes. So that's the, how can I say, the way it basically times out, but otherwise it will run the same time. And also just please keep the WhatsApp number safe. So if you have any problems, that you can WhatsApp it very quickly. They've got a big team at the Invigilator app there to support you as well.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with the exams.
Thank you.
All right, Richard, another good question. Yes. When the phone is on Do Not Disturb, do you have to turn it off, the Do Not Disturb part, when you're scanning and uploading the script?
No, so if it's Do Not Disturb, as long as you've got internet access, you are good to go. But say you put it on flight mode, so where you don't, have any data, where it doesn't use any data, then you'll just need to turn it off so you can start the upload process.
So there we go, Nombongo. Good question. I see a couple of students who joined late. We do have a stream or YouTube stream where the recordings are loaded as well. I have put it in the chat. And of course, if you want to go through all the materials that we've been showing you, the presentations, I'm also going to put that in the chat now. So if you did join a bit late, don't worry, you do have time. You can just go watch our recording, work through the materials, and that will definitely be able to help. Here's another question, Richard. How do I access the Invigilator demo?
Okay, so there's two demos that you can actually do. So the one is just putting the recordings in the chat as well for those who were asking. So remember, we've got the mock exam. So if you go to the our Invigilator app, I'll share this page as well so you can get all the information. So this is the guide for the Invigilator app. So there's two that you can do. So the first one is the Invigilator app student user guide. So this is provided by the Invigilator, and they've got a demo on here, demo test on slide page 14. If I go all the way to page 14 on here, they've got their demo that you can do to test that everything is working. But we have also got the mock exam for the Invigilator app, and I'll share this link now as well. So please go and do both. But really, you can even just do the mock exam that we have, for UNISA, because this will give you the real experience of how it will actually work on the exams. I prefer the mock exams that we have because it tells you how to upload all of that you don't necessarily do in the other demo. So the link is in the chat. Please go do the mock exams for the proctoring tool that you will be using. Let me just see. Veronica, you can unmute and go ahead.
I wanted to ask, you said when we are writing, our phones should be on flight mode. So my laptop uses my phone data. So if I put it on flight mode and I'm doing multiple choice, will my answers be saved without a data being on?
Veronica, if you're doing the MCQs, then then don't put your phone on flight mode if you're using the data to connect. Because remember, with MCQ, that's Moodle proctoring. So with that one, it just takes pictures randomly. They actually prevent misconduct through randomization and sequential writing. So the picture is just there to verify that is you writing the MCQ. So in that, if you're using your phone for data with an MCQ where you need data the whole time, then don't put it on flight mode.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Sure, Ranga. Then just a very last note as well. I've shared earlier the contact details for, we've showed you where to get all the contact information. Just a final note for students with special needs. Remember, you do get exempted from all of the proctoring tools. If required, you can also get additional time. But remember, it's not an automatic process. You have to apply for it through Oxford or exam disabled. So just keep these two safe if you have a special need so that they can support you during the exams as well. They actually give quite a lot of support depending on your condition. Just remember, you have to apply also every year for the special examinations because you need to hand in a how can I say, a document from your specialist confirming your condition, and that is where they can then assess what support you need. So your condition might be deteriorating, so they might be able to give you additional support as well. And then as well from our side, remember on Thursday, we're having this Thursday, 22nd of May, the last, how can I say, workshop type of thing. So please, if you have any additional questions, say you go do the mock exams now and you realize you're struggling with something, we are here again at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then we're also back on Saturday. Now, Saturday is going to be just the blast session where we just focus on your questions. because by this time we expected you to have worked through the course, you tried the mock exam, but you have some additional questions. So the link to the program is on here as well. You can also book on this page the session, so you will get automatic, how can I say, reminders for the session. Yes, and we've actually reached, let me just see. No, I think we've answered the last one. So thank you everybody for joining. Please come and join us on the Thursday again in the morning. And then we will also have another big session on Saturday from 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you have any additional questions, come and ask us. And then with that, I want to just say all the best with the examinations. I hope you will all do very, very well. But let us know if there is any assistance that you need or any support. Come to the sessions and we will talk you through it. So goodbye, everyone, and we will see you again.
Bye, everybody.